Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Crew Bites. Today we are going to make a Turkish dish, Gozleme. It's a Turkish flatbread stuffed with different types of fillings. So let's first get to the making of the flatbread. So the ingredients needed are all-purpose flour 2 cups, warm water 1/2 cup, olive oil 2 tablespoons, yogurt 1½ tablespoon, yeast 1¼ teaspoon, and salt to taste. First, let's activate the yeast. For that, into a bowl, you add 1/2 cup of warm water, 1¼ teaspoon of the instant dry yeast, and quarter teaspoon of salt. Now mix everything well and set aside for 5 minutes so that the yeast gets activated. Now take a larger bowl and add 2 cups of all-purpose flour. To this, we're going to add the yeast mixture which we had set aside earlier. So add the yeast mixture to it now. And 1½ tablespoons of yogurt, salt to taste, and 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Now mix all the ingredients really well with your hands, and we're going to knead this into a very soft and smooth dough. It should not be too sticky or too dry. It should be a very soft and smooth dough. The mixture is a bit dry now, so I'm going to add 1/2 cup of warm water to it. Always remember to add only warm water and do not add cold water. Now knead really well so that you get a soft and smooth dough. Add 2 tablespoons of olive oil to this dough now and mix really well. If your dough is a bit sticky like mine, add 1 or 2 tablespoons of flour to it so that it's easy for you to knead it into a very smooth dough. Do not add too much of flour to it, only like 1 or 2 tablespoons as needed. So the dough is now very smooth, you can see that now. Now set this aside for 30 to 45 minutes in a warm place. Now let's get to the filling part. I'll be showing 3 different types of filling. First one is a spinach and cheese filling. For that you need spinach leaves, feta cheese, red chili flakes, onion, garlic, and some salt. So let's get started. Now heat a pan and add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. To this we are going to add 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onions. Make sure the onions are finely chopped because it's better when using as a filling. You just need to saute it for a while, like you don't need to brown the onions, just 1 or 2 minutes. To this we're going to add 1 cup of roughly chopped spinach leaves and saute for another 1 or 2 minutes. Spinach gets cooked easily, so don't overcook it. Add salt to taste and 1/2 teaspoon of red chili flakes. This is optional, you can skip if you don't want it to be a bit spicy. Switch off the flame and transfer it to a bowl. Now we're going to add 2 to 3 tablespoons of feta cheese. If you don't have feta cheese, you can always use mozzarella cheese also. Now mix everything really well so that the mixture is well blended. So this is a spinach and feta cheese filling. Now the second filling is the potato and cheese filling. It's again a vegetarian filling. For that you need 1 medium-sized potato which is boiled, onion, parsley leaves, red chili flakes, salt, and some grated mozzarella cheese. Now heat a pan and add a tablespoon of olive oil, 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onions, See, the fillings, the quantity I'm showing here are for just one gozleme. If you want the filling to be if you want more gozleme to be made, you can increase the quantity of fillings. Add salt to taste. 1/4 teaspoon of crushed garlic or garlic powder. And saute well. Now we're going to add the one potato which we had boiled and kept aside. Add to the mixture and mash it really well so that the onion, the potato, they're all mixed well and blended together. Add some black pepper and mix well. Switch off the flame. Now to this we're going to add 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of chopped parsley leaves. If you don't have parsley leaves, you can skip it, or you can add even coriander leaves. And 2 to 3 tablespoons of mozzarella cheese grated. Now mix everything really well. So that's the second filling, the potato and cheese filling. Now let's move on to a third filling, which is a non-veg filling. Meat and spinach filling. For that you need spinach, minced meat, red chili flakes, garlic, some parsley, onion, cumin powder or jeera powder, and salt to taste. Now heat a pan and add 1 tablespoon of olive oil to it. To this add 2 tablespoons of finely chopped onions and saute like before, just 1 or 2 minutes. And now add 1/2 cup of minced meat. I'm using a beef. You can use lamb, chicken, or any other meat you like. And add seasoning like salt to taste and some pepper, and mix really well so that the meat gets cooked well. Add 1/2 teaspoon of jeera powder or cumin powder and 1/2 to 1 teaspoon of red chili flakes. See, the amount of spices you're adding can vary according to your taste. You can add more if you like it a bit more spicy. Now cook it really well so that the meat is well done. Now add 1 cup of spinach leaves, 1/2 to 1 cup, and just mix everything well so that the spinach and the meat is all mixed well. Just 1 or 2 minutes cooking time is enough. Now switch off the flame and transfer the mixture to a bowl. Your spinach and meat filling is ready now. So now we're going to make the gozleme. So let's take out the dough which we had kept aside to rest. It's been it's double the size now. Now punch it down and divide the dough into 4 equal parts. So with this quantity, like in this recipe, you get to make 4 gozleme. If you want to make more gozleme, you can easily double the recipe. So now let's start making the flatbread. For that, first dust your counter space or the working space with flour and take out each ball and roll it into a rectangle shape. Remember to dust your rolling pin as well with flour, because otherwise it might get stuck to the dough. Roll it out as thin as possible, and always remember to dust it with flour every time you flip it and roll it, so that it doesn't get stuck to the surface. And do not roll it out too thin, because it might tear off also. So as thin as possible. Now fold the outer edges seal it properly, and then now spoon the spinach and feta cheese filling which we had made earlier. Like I said, this filling is just for one gozleme, so you can double it if you wanted to make more. So, and spread evenly the filling onto the bread. Do not overfill the bread, because once you seal it and cook it, the filling might just pop out through the layer. Seal the other two edges. Press it lightly. Do not press it too hard. And transfer this to a plate. Remember to dust the surface of the plate where you are keeping the uncooked gozleme. Brush it lightly with olive oil so that it doesn't get dry while you're making the other three gozleme. Now let's roll out the second one, same as before, and fill the potato and cheese mixture. With this quantity of potato filling, you can make 2 gozlemes, because the potato we used was a slightly bigger one. So with this quantity you can fill 2 gozleme, and you can make 2 gozleme with the filling, just with the potato and cheese. And if you like, you can just roll it slightly with the pin, but be careful, it's not really needed. And then transfer that to the plate as well, and brush it with olive oil. This is to keep the uncooked gozleme moist before you cook it. Now for the third one, we will use the spinach and meat filling. Roll out as before, and then spoon the filling to the bread. For this meat and spinach filling, top it with a bit 1 or 2 teaspoons of chopped parsley leaves and 1 tablespoon of feta cheese. If you do not have feta cheese, please use mozzarella cheese grated. Now press it out, spread it out evenly onto the bread. Remember to leave some space on the top and bottom and on both sides of the bread, so that when you seal it and when you cook it, the filling doesn't come out. So seal the other sides as well. Press it gently and then transfer to the plate like before, and brush it with olive oil. Repeat the same with the fourth one as well. Now let's start cooking the gozleme. Now heat a pan and brush it with some olive oil. Do not skip this part. If you do not have olive oil, do brush it with some vegetable oil as well, but preferably olive oil. And now place the gozleme onto the pan and brush it again with some olive oil. Every time you flip it while cooking, do remember to brush it with some olive oil. And also keep a medium flame and be careful when you flip it, and then cook it evenly. Once you see golden brown spots forming on the layer and it starts turning crisp, that's when you know that your gozleme is ready. See, this is almost done. Yeah, this is now done. This is what we want. It's very crisp on the outer side and very, juicy with the filling inside. Brush it with some olive oil and transfer to a serving plate. Repeat the other 3 the same way. And that's it. Our gozleme is ready. I hope you all like this recipe. Thank you all for watching my video. We'll see you soon with some good recipes. Until then, goodbye.